afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Live at 4 on this Tuesday. Brady Mallory's in for Susan. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. She's down taking care of Mom.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
It's been a while. We haven't been together.
I know. Someone left the door unlocked, and I made my way back to the 4.
I tell you, the security around here, we got to tighten this up. Good to have you along. Here's what's making news today. An early morning fire on Madison's east side disrupts business at a dozen stores.
The March for Israel draws tens of thousands to Washington, D.C. from across the country. I'm Natalie Brand with the message the demonstrators say they want to send to the world.
And a plan to spend nearly $500 million on repairs to Brewer Stadium is making its way through the legislature this afternoon.
Let's take a look outside. What spectacular are they? These are coots.
Okay, they're having a nice little swim.
So, cooch gathering. Unseasonably mild, at least for now. Jacob's in the backyard. Enjoy it while we can.
Yeah, the temperatures are going to remain mild for a few more days, but like you mentioned, we are going to see those cooler temperatures come back, and not too much longer are they going to come back. Now, looking at the current conditions, we're seeing mostly sunny skies still at this hour, and the temperatures are also very comfortable. 56 in Madison. High temperatures reach the 60s for a few locations. Across Dane County, there are a few spots in the 60s. Verona, Edgerton, and there also are a few locations across our entire region in the 60s at this hour. The normal high for this time of year is 46, so we are up to 15 degrees above average in some places. Now, looking at the current wind speeds, it has been a bit breezy today. We're seeing wind speeds up to 15 miles per hour for some of our area, but it looks like it's going to actually increase throughout the night. We could see wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour during the evening, possibly up to 40 miles per hour during the overnight hours, but it does look like during the daytime, especially the afternoon tomorrow, the winds aren't going to be a huge issue. We also are going to see some increasing clouds tonight. We'll have a pretty cloudy evening, and because of that, temperatures aren't going to drop that much, at least during the evening hours. We'll see temperatures in the 40s as late as 10 p.m., and we'll continue to see them in the lower 40s throughout the night. So looking at the forecast tonight, lows are only going to drop into the lower 40s, so it will be a bit milder than this morning where we had low temperatures near 30. Now, I'll talk more in detail about how long the warm weather will last and how cold it could get by the time Thanksgiving rolls around. I'll have those details coming up later.
All right, check back, Jacob. Thank you. An early morning fire on Madison's east side has destroyed a commercial building that was home to a dozen businesses.
And no one was hurt as a result, but a business owner we spoke with says everyone's in shock. Kyle Pozorski is at the scene with what they had to say. Kyle?
I'm here at the Easttown Office Center where the fire took place this morning. It's right off of Mendota Street. Madison Fire were alerted to the area at just around 4 a.m. Video from this morning shows heavy smoke rising from the building. Today I spoke with a spokesperson from the Office Center's management company. They confirmed to me that roughly 12 businesses called the space home. A business owner I spoke with today tells me she just moved in this past May and hadn't filed for insurance yet.
I'm gonna try and be hopeful and hope that I can salvage as much as I can, and I just want my camera back.
An official with the Madison Fire Department tells me the fire was put out about 4 hours later at 8 a.m. They did experience some difficulty during that time. MFD says some hydrants were not supplying any water and others were only providing low volumes. Madison Water Utility was contacted immediately and provided extra pressure soon after. Residents in the area also said that they experienced some low water pressure in the morning when they woke up. And a spokesperson for Madison Water Utility also spoke with me today and says it is common in circumstances like this to have lower pressure when the fire trucks are pulling from hydrants in the area. Reporting on the east side, Kyle Pozorski, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Kyle. A woman is under arrest, suspected in several thefts on Madison's north side. This after Dane County Sheriff's deputies searched for her near the Dane County Regional Airport. According to a DCSO spokesperson, a deputy tried to stop the suspect who was riding on a stolen moped along County Highway CV near the airport before 5 this morning. The suspect then ran into the woods. She was found hiding under a trailer near the intersection of County Highway CV and Wheeler Road just after 9 a.m.
A bit of uncertainty on campus this morning. The public was told to avoid the Library Mall on campus after a suspicious package was spotted there around 10:30. The package was removed and an all clear was given an hour later. In the state capitol, lawmakers rushed to get a Brewers stadium deal across home plate.
Political reporter Will Keneally is covering the latest and joins us from the Capitol. Will?
So even as early as this morning, we didn't know the final details of this proposal as lawmakers were still hammering this out late last night. But those late changes are expected to reduce the amount of money that the state is chipping in to fund the stadium deal. They're doing that by upping the tax on non-baseball events held at the stadium. Now, for the first 8 years, that will be $2 per ticket, but that will be stepped up to $4 by 2050 when the deal ends. Now, that was enough to get some Democrats on board to get the bill passed.
Well, we were clear about what it is that we needed. We needed to make sure that our local governments had a voice at the table. We did not waver away from that. We were clear that we wanted and needed to bring the state contribution down, and we were able to do that as well.
Now, the vote was not along party lines. Half of the Senate Republicans voted against the bill, along with 3 Milwaukee Democrats. But the rest of the Democrats joining the other half of the Republicans were enough to get that over the finish line. We'll hear more from all those sides coming up tonight at 5. And the funding package is now being debated across the hall in the State Assembly. We will bring you the latest as it's being debated in the extra chamber there. Reporting from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Well, thank you. Governor Tony Evers marked National Apprentice Week by announcing an all-time record for people enrolled in the state's registered apprentice program. The program pairs on-the-job training with classroom instruction. That way, apprentices can be paid while they learn. There are over 16,000 people enrolled in the program, the most in the program's 112-year history. The Secretary of the Wisconsin Department of Workforce Development says the program helps state employers find workers.
This is part of our intentional strategy to leverage our homegrown workforce, tap underutilized talent pools, and connect employers with the skilled workforce they need to thrive.
Wisconsin has more than 200 apprenticeship occupations with over 2,600 employers.
With Israeli troops surrounding Gaza's largest hospital, Palestinian authorities are proposing a supervised evacuation of the complex, where many civilians are sheltering. Israel's military released new footage showing soldiers on the ground in Gaza as they continue their campaign to crush Hamas. Hamas released footage of its own, showing one of its fighters firing a bazooka. Fighting is intensifying around Gaza's Al-Shifa hospital. Israel claims Hamas is using the medical center as a command post, but Hamas denies the accusation.
Hamas and PIJ members operate a command and control node from Al-Shifa hospital in Gaza City. They have weapons stored there.
Gaza's Hamas-run health ministry says at least 40 patients, including 3 babies, have died since emergency generators there ran out of fuel on Saturday.
The March for Israel just wrapped up in Washington, D.C.
The large demonstration was organized quickly to match dozens of pro-Palestinian rallies taking place across the country as threats against Jewish people are on the rise. CBS News correspondent Natalie Brand was there.
Tens of thousands descended on the National Mall in a march for Israel against anti-Semitism.
Since October 7th, there has been literally an explosion of violence against Jewish people.
My friends, there are no words for the horror that happened 1 month ago in Israel.
Speakers included lawmakers and family members of the hostages still being held in Gaza.
Bring them home. Bring them home.
Organizers and the families called for their safe release.
Bring Omer and all of the hostages home now.
The demonstration brought groups from synagogues and Jewish organizations from as far as California.
I think that the impact of this march will really be heard across the entire nation.
The Department of Homeland Security designated the highest level of security possible for this demonstration. DHS says since the start of the Israel-Hamas war, there's been an increase in reports of threats against Jewish, Arab American, and Muslim communities.
In the end, Palestinians should also understand it's a fight for them as well.
Israeli President Isaac Herzog also took part with a live message from the Western Wall in Jerusalem.
We, the people of Israel, are eternal, and no one will break us.
Organizers say they want to show the world that Jewish communities should be able to live without terrorism and free of hate. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
President Joe Biden says his goal for his upcoming meeting with Xi Jinping is to get the U.S.-China relationship on a normal course. The president made the comments just before departing the White House for San Francisco, where he will meet with Xi and attend a summit of Asia-Pacific leaders. Biden's meeting with Xi on Wednesday is the main event of his 4-day visit to San Francisco. And that conference has brought in political heads and CEOs from the 21 member nations of APEC in the Pacific Rim. 1,500 private jets are anticipated into the Bay Area for the event. Many are already landed at the Oakland International Airport. That summit and its related heavy security will have a big impact on the city of San Francisco. People driving into the city this morning, well, they were alerted to street closures already in place. The traffic on the Bay Bridge shows backups are already building around the city.
A new assessment from climate scientists and several federal agencies finds the effect of human-caused climate change in the U.S. are, quote, far-reaching and worsening. According to the report, we're experiencing warmer temperatures and longer-lasting heat waves, and flooding and hurricanes, drought and wildfires are becoming more frequent or severe. The report warns that by 2050, coastal flooding will happen 5 to 10 times more often than it does now if no action's taken. The U.S. is now experiencing $1 billion weather disaster, an average of every 3 weeks, compared to one every 4 months in the 1980s. These are costing the country about $150 billion a year.
This assessment shows us in clear scientific terms that climate change is impacting all regions, all sectors of the United States, not just some, all. Above all, it shows us that climate action offers an opportunity for the nation to come together and do some really big things.
President Biden announced $6 billion in new investments to fight climate change. One bright spot of the report, greenhouse gas emissions in the U.S. have actually dropped 12% since 2005, largely driven by the transition away from coal to cleaner energy sources like solar and wind power, and those sources are also cheaper than ever before. Well, as Thanksgiving approaches, many pause to remember what they're thankful for.
And actually taking stock of the things can actually improve your physical health. UW distinguished psychologist Shyla Murgain shows us how when Live at 4 continues.
Is that dishwasher running?
Yeah.
Wow.
Criterion, ready when you are. Get this Criterion stainless steel appliance suite for under $2,400 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is wholly words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home. So we applied it to his under eye bags. And let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view. And now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm, please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger, this is it.
This Thanksgiving is the best time to try Plexiderm with our starter price of only $14.95. Plus, get free shipping. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day, stretch the weekend, pull or tow just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Now lease a built Ford Tough F-150 STX for $399 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Welcome back. Win the West and a Big Ten championship. Well, those were the two main goals the Badgers talked about going way back in July.
That's obviously off the table now, unfortunately, but Wisconsin has a chance on Saturday to continue one of the longest streaks in the nation. One more win, and this group will be bowl eligible for the 22nd straight year. Braden Locke wasn't even born the last time Bucky and company didn't play in a bowl game. In our weekly taping of the Wisconsin Huddle, Locke emphasized a sense of urgency of getting that much-needed win this Saturday against Nebraska.
There's a lot of pride involved in this game. And that's something that the guys have talked about, and obviously something that'll be a point of emphasis, but really just makes it that much more important during the week, during practice. It's a game that we need to win for sure.
Our kickoff is set for 6:30 Saturday night. If you'd like to see the full Wisconsin Huddle, that airs every Friday just after News 3 Now at 6.
Well, inflation is certain to be part of the political dialogue in the upcoming presidential election. A new report released today shows inflation is easing. It's getting cheaper to fill up as prices continue to drop. According to AAA, the national average for a gallon of regular unleaded has dropped 25 cents in just the past month. Lower gas and energy prices helped push down overall inflation in October to 3.2%, better than 3.7% year over year. Increases in September and a big drop from last year's high of 9.1%.
I think there is real relief coming to American households when it comes to prices of goods and of services.
Some of that relief is at the grocery store as well, where prices are up just 2.1%, close to historically normal levels. And that news sent stocks soaring. The Dow Industrials added 488 points, closing at 34,827. The NASDAQ was up over 2.5% and closing up 236 points. The S&P 500 up almost 2%, gaining 84 points. Well, what are you thankful for? It's a question that always comes around the Thanksgiving holiday, and taking time to think about the question can actually be good for your health.
Yeah, research suggests that individuals who feel grateful experience all sorts of good health results.
UW Health's distinguished psychologist Shyla Mergain is here to talk about being thankful. Welcome back to the program.
So thankful to be here.
Yeah.
So actually, if you think about what you're thankful for, it helps your health.
Absolutely. And with Thanksgiving around the corner, many people are focused on the Black Friday shopping or food prep or having company over, but really it's an opportunity to put the thanks and giving back in this holiday by focusing on what we're grateful for. And as you highlighted, we know there's so many health benefits. For example, lowering blood pressure, boosting immune system, and it has one of the most strong links with mental health, and a lifetime reduction in anxiety, depression, and substance abuse.
Pretty powerful.
It is powerful medicine, yep, and it's free.
Yeah. Oh, that's the best part. One thing that I noticed, keeping track of the things that you're grateful for, I kept a gratitude journal, and I would write 5 things that I was grateful for, and it really transformed how I felt about things. Why is that?
I love that, Brady. Our brains are wired to focus on the negative, that we go to what's wrong about today, and actually focusing on the good. We find people who are doing the best have 3 positives to every negative. So a simple practice of noticing those good things. I call them, I heard this term somewhere else, glimmers. So instead of triggers, things that trigger us, those glimmers of things that are going well, that promote peace or joy, and tracking it gets our brain to focus on it, to kind of savor it, and then better remember it at the end of the day.
It's tough though with all that's going on in the world these days.
We are bombarded with negativity in our lives, and even the news that you report, and so a simple practice, there's so much that's right. So a simple practice of focusing on it, the good things, and then sharing it with others as well.
Well, and I think sometimes the holidays can be tough for people. Maybe they're going through losses or whatnot. But how can people, I guess, take charge of that and have certain reactions to the things that they're faced with?
Yeah, so there's always a silver lining to any situation. So you might think about what you're learning through this difficulty, or some core strength that you're cultivating. And a great way to get out of that rut is to express gratitude to somebody else. So this Thanksgiving, you might go around the dining room table. This is one of my personal traditions, and just share those 3 things you're grateful for with the people who are there, or reach out to somebody and thank them, or even write a letter to somebody you never properly thanked and let them know how that impact they had on your life. And we find when we do that, it boosts our happiness for a significant time to come, and can be some of that pep we need in our step when it's stressful.
Kind of flip things then, yeah.
Absolutely.
And you say to ask yourself what you've learned from a situation.
Yeah, you know, we look back at those growth moments, and they were often during the most challenging times. And so you can think about maybe times in the past where you did grow, you strengthened, and that you may be able to use in a similarly challenging situation, that it's tough, but in the end it'll be okay. And if it's not okay, it's not simply the end.
Yeah, so what I'm hearing is, if you focus on the things that you have instead of what you don't, you can cultivate a lot of happiness for yourself.
Yeah, and we're sitting here on a planet spinning in space with lights and heat and noise. There's so much that's right about this moment, and we sometimes forget that. So just a simple practice, one thing maybe you take for granted, you're grateful for.
And this is a good time of year to assess that.
Absolutely. You know, there is, it's an opportunity to celebrate the things that you have, and sometimes even reflecting if these things were gone, like the people or the resources or my job or this thing that I have, if that was gone, how would that be? And sometimes that pops up of, gosh, I'm really thankful for, and I didn't even realize it.
Yeah. We'll have a great Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Thanks to you.
Thanks to you as well.
And all the viewers.
All right. Thanks, Charlotte. Well, is your house dry in the winter? A humidifier can help.
But you have to be careful of the type of humidifier you use around children. Consumer Reports has some advice when Live at 4 continues.
You look like a responsible family guy. Looking for something with a little more space?
With the click of a pen, you can get a new Volkswagen at the Sign Then Drive event. Hurry in to lease a new 2024 Tiguan for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month payment, and 0 due at signing. Limited inventory available.
Over the years, the attorneys at Habish, & Rotier have handled numerous cases involving the design and relative safety of child car seats. Because of this litigation, manufacturers have been forced to make these seats safer. We helped change the industry, and our most precious cargo can now travel more safely. The skill expended to achieve this result is the opposite of one phone call and a quick settlement. Habish, & Rotier, national reputation, hometown service.
Drum roll, please. It's Champion's Factory Direct Sale. Don't miss these year-end savings. Champion replacement windows are 30% off.
That's a great deal.
Our windows come direct from our factory to you.
No middleman. No markups.
Get factory direct pricing 30% off. Plus, book your free estimate by Black Friday for an additional $70 off every window. Hurry, this factory direct sale won't last long. Call or schedule online at getchampionwindows.com.
Let's get real clear. If you have psoriasis and are experiencing joint pain, it could be psoriatic arthritis. Both are believed to be caused by excess inflammation inside the body. Get real with your dermatologist and ask about Real Clear Skin today.
We keep this love in a photograph. We made these memories for ourselves, where our eyes are never closing, hearts are never broken, and time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped.
This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angels Senior Living Community is built on a foundation of authentic, local care, a framework for living well, windows to take in the beautiful future, and is crowned by the pride that one's home is one's castle. This is the house that Angels built. Attic Angel Community. Independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living, built with the help of angels.
Join the media sales team at Television Wisconsin and be part of something bigger. If you're passionate about helping local businesses succeed, apply today at channel3000.com. We're not just hiring, we're building careers.
You look like a responsible family guy. Looking for something with a little more space?
With the click of a pen, you can get a new Volkswagen at the Sign Then Drive event. Hurry in to lease a new 2024 Tiguan for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month payment, and 0 due at signing. Limited inventory available.
We'll take a look at this. It's the first look at the world's first Central Perk Coffee House. It's on Newbury Street in Boston, and it's an adaptation of the iconic coffee house made famous by the TV series Friends. The orange couches here, which was the centerpiece of where the Friends would gather. There are also some selfie-taking spots, like the one with neon sign. There's 6 different coffees available, and you also can get a Joey's meatball sandwich or Mama's Little Bakery cheesecake. Yes. The Central Perk Coffee House will introduce and distribute the Chandler Bing Can I Interest You in a Sarcastic Comment sleeve in honor of the life and legacy of the late Matthew Perry.
Yeah, it's still a tough loss.
It still
people
is.
are appreciating how good he was and how caring he was.
So if you ever get to Boston, Central Perk.
Pack my bags.
All right.
I'll take a selfie for you.
Thank you. The one with.
Yes.
All right. The nice weather continues, but don't get used to it.
Yeah, by the time Thanksgiving rolls around, it's going to be a lot different. All the details coming up right after the break.
Just because your vehicle comes to a screeching halt doesn't mean your life needs to. Will we fix that unfixable bumper that totally wasn't your fault? Yes. We'll even give you a free estimate within 48 hours or less. Guaranteed. We pride ourselves in being a fun, great place to work, and where our teammates always look out for each other. Oh, hey, Julia, you wanted Saturdays off to spend with your family, right?
Yeah.
Can she have that? Yes. You've been told no before? Join the Bergstrom Automotive family for the yes. Bergstrom for the yes.
The new T-Box Savannah Dining Room with private bar is there waiting for you at Vitense Golfland. 2 large HD TVs are available for viewing, meetings, and casual gatherings. Private bar is available for any type of event. No meeting can compare with adding activities at Vitense Golfland. Enjoy indoor-outdoor miniature golf suites, and golf and multi-sport simulators. Add chocolate shop ice cream. As our sign says, ice cream solves everything. Infuse life and fun into your meetings and events at Vitense Golfland.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Here's a look at the 3 things you need to know for the rest of the week. We are going to continue to see plenty of sunshine, and high temperatures for tomorrow and Thursday are going to be very nice. We'll have highs right around 60 degrees, but it is going to be breezy, especially tonight and then again on Thursday. So looking at the forecast for tonight, this is outside of the winds. We are going to see clear skies. Clouds will happen earlier in the night, and then by the morning we're going to be clear again. Low temperatures, though, will be in the lower 40s, so it is going to be a bit warmer tomorrow morning compared to this morning, where low temperatures were around 30. But then by the afternoon, high temperatures will likely get to the 60s for a lot of our area, and we're going to continue to see plenty of sunshine. Now, by the time Thursday rolls around, I already mentioned it's going to be pretty windy. Temperatures are going to maybe be a bit warmer despite us seeing plenty of cloud cover. Now, a big reason for that is because the winds are going to be out of the south, and it will bring some warm air into our area. So the winds are going to improve the temperature, and the clouds are not really going to change it all that much. So another very nice day is expected for Thursday, as long as you can handle the wind. But after Thursday, we're going to see plenty of changes. Now, the high temperature on Friday will likely occur after midnight, but the daytime high temperature will only be in the lower 40s. It's not going to rise all that much for your Friday. And then over the weekend, it'll be a bit warmer compared to Friday, still a little bit above average, but certainly a lot cooler than what we're seeing now and what we will see the next couple of days. And then it's going to slowly decrease as we head into next week. Thursday, this is Thanksgiving right here, it is expected to be pretty cold. Now, thankfully for Thanksgiving, it's more of a holiday where people spend time inside, so 30s on Thanksgiving is a bit more bearable than 30s on Halloween, which we did see this year. Now, looking at the wind gust forecast, like I mentioned, it's going to increase throughout the night. Wind gusts could be up to 40 miles per hour. It will improve for the day tomorrow. Could be breezy in the morning, but much of the day is going to be calm. And then as Thursday rolls around, we're going to see those wind gusts increase once again, and likely going to last throughout the entire day on Thursday, with wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour likely for the entire day. Now, as Friday rolls around, we're still going to see some lingering wind, and by the time Friday rolls around, it's going to be a lot colder, so the winds will definitely feel a lot sharper than what they will on Thursday. Whereas Thursday, you know, the temperatures are going to be in the 60s, so the winds aren't going to be, at least they're not going to feel all that bad. Now, here's a look at the rainfall forecast. It's going to be pretty much nothing for the rest of the week. A slight chance of rain Thursday night, but other than that, we're going to be very dry. Now, by the time we get to next week, it does look like we have a chance of rain Monday night into Tuesday, but that also doesn't appear to be a very significant rain or possibly snow event where we could see some snow, but maybe could produce some hazardous travel conditions. So if you plan on traveling Tuesday, just be aware of that. It does look like it will mostly be in the morning, and then it does look like we are going to be dry for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, but it is going to be cold as temperatures will be in the 30s. Now, like I mentioned, Thanksgiving, people tend to mostly stay inside, but Friday is Black Friday. A lot of people will go out shopping, and obviously you have to be outside from walking to your car to the shop. So it's going to be cold for that if you plan on doing that. But I guess the moral of this 10-day forecast is enjoy the next couple of days, because we may not get back to the 60s for quite a while. I can't say for certain, but it could be a few months.
Well, it's almost December.
Yeah, I mean, the average high is supposed to be in the 40s. By the time Thanksgiving rolls around, it'll be in the lower 40s. And if we extended it 10 more days, by the end of that 10-day forecast, the average high would be in the 30s. So we're getting into that time of year where days like this are few and far between.
Winter is coming.
Enjoy.
Yes.
Thank you, Jacob.
Well, a Texas teacher is being hailed for the incredibly creative mock trip to Mexico that she arranged for her first grade class.
The kids may have gotten a fun pretend trip, but now the teacher is getting a real one. Jeannie Mose has the story.
It's the next best thing to going there.
Come along with first grade to Mexico. Here we're taking passport pictures. I'm going to laminate some boarding passes.
Texas teacher Sonia White staged a mock trip to Mexico for her students.
I'm going to change my classroom into an airplane.
The first graders at Trinity Leadership School flew Southwest Airlines.
Where are you going?
Mexico. With their carry-on luggage and even neck pillows.
So now I'm a TSA agent.
A video of takeoff set the mood. Their teacher transformed into a flight attendant.
Apple juice.
After an apparently bumpy landing, look at this kid's face. They arrived in Mexico.
They are going through customs. I am now a customs agent.
The trip went viral and got rave reviews. Best teacher ever. Invited on the Jennifer Hudson show, Miss White explained she got the idea after asking the kids.
What's something that you wish you have done but you have not done yet? And the majority of them said catch a flight, go on an airplane.
Next thing you know, Southwest invited the entire first grade to tour a real airplane.
I heard we're going to Mexico.
The kids climbed aboard, they built model planes, got a pep talk from a female pilot, examined the flight safety card while snacking, and then, surprise, their teachers and principal each got 2 free round-trip tickets to anywhere Southwest flies, including Mexico. The airline also donated $10,000 to the school. In only her second year as a teacher, Sonia White is flying high.
Did you have fun in Mexico?
Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
Now that's a teacher.
Yeah, they seem to be happy with that.
Good for her. Congratulations. Well, up next, the best humidifiers to keep your babies happy.
And then at 5, Janesville celebrates expansions for 2 area businesses. We'll hear what city leaders have to say about the direction of the area.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend. Haul or tow just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Now lease a built Ford Tough F-150 STX for $399 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
Quartz takes a different approach to health insurance. We know every life well lived is a journey, and we're here to light the way at every step. That's why for 40 years, we've been alongside the doctors and hospitals who know what their communities need. Because they're a part of them. Because we're a part of them. There's a fire burning in all of us. Let's ignite it together. Quartz. Find your spark.
This is Matt Gunderson. It still hits me every time TAPS is played. We're honored to serve those who served. An eligible Veterans Life Celebration includes honors recognizing their dedication and selfless service, including uniform and medal displays.
What can our foam do for your home? You'll be warm and comfortable inside, even when it's freezing outside. Your furnace will run less, keeping your heating bills lower. You'll have consistent temperatures throughout the whole house, and those annoying outside noises won't be nearly as loud. Upgrading your insulation upgrades your life. Winterproof now and get 0% financing for 72 months.
USA Insulation.
Friends of the Middleton Performing Arts Center present The Greatest Piano Man, celebrating the world's greatest pianists and showmen, including Elton John, Billy Joel, Stevie Wonder, Liberace, and more. One night only, Saturday, November 18th. Tickets available online now.
In the state capitol, a late-night deal secures funding to keep the Brewers in Wisconsin for decades to come. We'll bring you the very latest.
Very mild weather for mid-November will continue through Thursday with high temperatures into the 60s. A strong cold front Thursday night will bring much colder weather by Friday. At 5, I'll let you know if we can expect any rain or snow this week.
And ahead at 6, a new business owner fears her dreams may have gone up in flames. Hear how she's trying to stay positive after a massive fire tonight at 6.
Here's a shot from our Platteville camera. Sun's setting over Platteville.
I don't like this. It's only 4:38. It's too dark.
And it's going to get darker.
Yes.
We still got another month to go before the days start getting longer.
It's for the birds.
With drier winter air plus cold and flu season coming, a humidifier can help your family sleep more comfortably.
But if you're using a humidifier around an infant or a small child, you'll want one that is safe for the nursery.
Shane Hogan and the experts at Consumer Reports share which humidifiers are best for babies, along with tips on how to keep the humidifiers clean and keep them yuck-free for everyone in the family.
Consumer Reports can't promise your baby will sleep through the night, but a humidifier can help your child sleep more comfortably when they do sleep. But before you go out and buy any humidifier, Consumer Reports has some advice.
In a nursery or a child's room, you want to make sure things are really safe. So Consumer Reports recommends that you get a cool mist humidifier. A warm mist humidifier, which heats water, has the potential to scald if there's an accident.
In this climate-controlled chamber, CR's testers run the humidifiers overnight and keep track of how many gallons of water each humidifier emits per square foot. And while moist air can help alleviate congestion and dry skin, overly humid air can lead to the growth of mold and bacteria. Ideally, you want a relative humidity between 30 and 50% inside your home. This recommended Levoit Dual 200S Smart for smaller rooms has a built-in humidistat, which turns off the unit when the humidity reaches a desired level. But if your humidifier doesn't have a humidistat, you can measure the humidity yourself with a tool called a hygrometer. Some are available for less than $10. Then you can consider this $30 Aqua Oasis AO 101 without a humidistat. For bigger rooms, like 300 to 500 square feet, this Lasco UH200 is a smart buy. And finally, a humidifier that isn't cleaned well can spur the growth of potentially harmful mold and bacteria, which could make you or your baby sick. Consumer Reports recommends rinsing and drying the tank thoroughly every day and sanitizing the unit with vinegar once a week. This is Shane Hogan.
And Consumer Reports says to position your humidifier on a flat level surface raised at least 2 feet above the floor. This allows more moisture to dissipate into the air.
I didn't realize there were so many details.
But it's complicated.
Well, for a step-by-step guide on how to clean your humidifier, yes, you should be doing that. You can just go to our website for a how-to video.
Well, the gun deer hunting season starts Saturday in Wisconsin. We'll have some safety tips.
And concerns over the RSV vaccine. Many insurance companies aren't covering the full cost. The latest health news with Dr. Jeff Potoff when Live at 4 continues.
If your home or business property has suffered storm damage, go with Ace Exterior Solutions. Ace will work with your insurance company to get you the best results for your damaged roof, siding, or gutters. Call now for a free storm damage inspection from Ace Exterior Solutions.
At Informed Choice Insurance Agency, we're proud of our 5-star reviews.
My agent Matthew explained everything about Medicare and the needed supplemental insurance. He took the time to show me several different plans and the plus and minuses of each policy.
Andrea was amazing, from her knowledge to her presentation to her skills in navigating complicated and intimidating waters. I cannot emphasize enough how much she helped me and my family.
Need help with your Medicare or Marketplace health plans? Get 5-star service at Informed Choice Insurance Agency.
My late father-in-law lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had AMD. I didn't know it then, but it can progress to GA, an advanced form of the disease. His struggle with vision loss from AMD made me want to help you see warning signs of GA, like straight lines that seem wavy, blurry or missing visual spots that make it hard to see faces, like this one, or trouble with low light. That makes driving at night a real challenge. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. GA is irreversible. It's important to catch it early. Talk to your eye doctor about GA and learn more at gawon'twait.com.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing Spectrum One Stream with internet, advanced Wi-Fi, mobile, and now TV with the all-new Xumo Stream Box. It's streaming simplified. Get Spectrum One Stream with fast and reliable internet for $49.99 a month, free advanced Wi-Fi, a free unlimited mobile line, and a free Xumo Stream Box when you add Spectrum TV. Go to spectrum.com/stream, a Spectrum store, or call 833-976-4999.
Pick and Save gives you so many ways to save, on top of our lower than low prices. Enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Plus, our weekly sales will keep your budget merry and bright. So get rewarded and save. Pick and save, fresh for everyone.
At Lawton Cates, we provide compassion and guidance after a serious accident. From the first phone call, we're by your side. We know how much is at stake, and we're dedicated to ensuring you can heal and move forward. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
Don't take a chance when it comes to your home or business. Go with Ace Exterior Solutions. Call Ace now and save hundreds with their money-saving fall discounts on roofing and siding. Locally owned, full service, and always guaranteed. Ace Exterior Solutions.
It's time now for your first warn traffic. There's a slowdown on the 151 going westbound towards Verona, where speeds are below 20 miles per hour at times. There's also a very brief slowdown on the eastbound Beltline as you approach the 51 and also approaching the interstate. Speeds are down to around 30 miles per hour. Now, zooming into the Madison downtown area, right now on John Nolan Drive, where the road is down to 1 lane, we're having speeds down to 15 miles per hour. There's also a pretty big backup near campus going east and northbound. I believe that's Johnson Street. Now, looking at the interstate, it is green in both directions going all the way south towards Janesville. And this also includes near the Madison area. It's also green going north towards the Dells. So looking at specific times, that slowdown on the eastbound Beltline not affecting times too much. Completely green on the westbound Beltline, and also some Prairie to downtown is green at this time. And that's your first warn traffic. Back to you guys at the couch. Sorry.
Thank you. We're just sitting right here waiting. Thank you, Jacob. The sultry sounds filling this senior center aren't just for fun. It's how these college kids pay their keep. Tulsa University students Chance Jackson and Sean Roberts don't live in a dorm. They live at Monterey, a senior community center where they get free room and board as they play classical music and provide company for the residents, which Sean says is a real benefit. It's nice to have 3 grandmothers.
Yeah, I love that situation because each generation can learn from each other.
A great idea.
Yeah.
Well, concerns over the RSV vaccine continue. There's no shot for infants per se. Well, there's a shot, but anyway, it's an antibody and it's expensive.
Yeah, and then the gun deer hunting season starts this weekend in Wisconsin. We'll get some hunter safety tips from, well, a hunter himself.
That himself is here, UWL's Chief Quality Control Officer, Dr. Jeff Otto. Thanks for being with us.
How are you?
Good. Still some confusion over this RSV.
I think so. I think in the grand scheme of things, it may not matter, but we talk about vaccines versus antibodies, and the difference is a vaccine is either a protein that we inject in you or the instructions to create a protein. So it starts with the protein. Your immune system reacts to that protein and it builds antibodies. The benefit of a vaccine is you get antibodies, but you also get memory. Your body remembers what this looks like, and for a long time, you can protect yourself. Antibodies is like skipping all the middle stuff, just injecting the antibody for a short period of time, sometimes 6 months or a year. You've got protection, but there's no memory. If you don't keep getting that antibody, your body won't fight it. For RSV, for those little babies, we have an antibody available. You get that injection, it protects you for that RSV season. For those over the age of 65, a vaccine. You get that vaccine, and now you're probably protected for multiple RSV seasons.
But they're not cheap, and insurance is not covering some of them.
No, I mean, this is one of the things we as physicians worry about is we're hearing about all these new medical breakthroughs, medications and things like that. They're all horribly expensive to the point where, like, the average person, unless it's covered by insurance, isn't going to have access to it. I think the vaccine for older individuals, 65 and older, for RSV, $300 if you don't have insurance. That's not chump change. For those young babies, to protect them for this RSV season, $1,000. There's other medicines out there that are, much, much more expensive than that. Starts to get you to wonder, how useful is it to have these medicines if no one can afford them?
Yeah. Right. Well, how can people make sure that when they get to the doctor's office, they don't get any surprises like, by the way, you owe this?
Yeah, I think oftentimes it's working with your insurance company. So if you're uninsured, it's a little bit easier. Like, these are what these things cost. It's often going to be unaffordable. Insurance may or may not cover some of these things, and they may or may not cover it with different deductibles and things like that. There's 100 different insurance plans that people have, so you really have to understand what does yours cover and what does it not. Your doctor can oftentimes help you with this, or at least get you to the right people.
Check before you get to the pharmacy.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, let's talk about deer hunting. The gun season starts Saturday. You're a hunter?
I do chase the deer. Yeah.
What kind of safety tips do people overlook?
I think there's a few things. Oftentimes on MedFlight, we'll go out and we'll pick up some hunters. The things we pick them up for: one, tree stand safety. A lot of people will climb a tree and they won't have a safety harness on and they won't be tethered to that tree. That means some of you are going to fall out of that tree and you're going to break something. Arms and legs, sometimes unfortunately your spine, and you get paralyzed. So if you're going to climb in a tree stand, make sure that you're tethered to that tree from the minute that you leave the ground to when you come back to the ground. The other thing that we sometimes see firearm injuries are when you're going up and down the tree. So it's sometimes inconvenient to unload your firearm. You're like, I'm just going to throw it over my back and climb up the tree. And then something happens, now the gun hits something, the gun goes off, and now you've injured yourself. That's another common thing. Know what's behind your target. This is something every hunter knows. You get excited when you see that big deer. Make sure you're not shooting over, you know, a horizon or something like that. And the last thing is if the most exercise you've gotten the last year is walking to the mailbox, do not think that you're going to trudge 1.5 miles through chest-high canary grass looking for that deer. You're probably going to have a heart attack. So talk to your doctor. If you have heart problems or if you're not completely healthy, make sure you kind of understand what you should and shouldn't be doing as you chase that buck this fall.
Is it a good idea, I mean, obviously, to make sure that you are with people, that your cell phone has the battery charged, because you never know?
You know, I think that is helpful. And lots of times where we deer hunt, there isn't cell signal. So realize that if something does happen, getting help to you can, one, be difficult in contacting help. And it's just as hard for the EMTs to trudge through the canary grass as it was for you. Can delay getting help if you need it.
Is this a natural pull for you to get out of the woods this time of year?
Yeah, I think it's just tradition, right? So, you know, started when I was, 12 years old, and there's just lots of memories with that. So even though I probably don't get quite as excited about, you know, going after the big buck, there's just so much history there. I think that's what it is for a lot of people in Wisconsin, is it's just a tradition, something that we do. It's hard to give those things up.
And do you like the lack of cell service so you don't get a paging Dr. Pata?
Yeah, I'm a little bit too ADHD for that. I kind of like to sometimes check my email and stuff, but I should enjoy the peace and quiet.
Absolutely. Well, be careful out there. There's not going to be probably any snow, and that's going to be...
It'll be warmer, so like, you know, hypothermia, those kind of concerns, not so much this year. It should be good.
All right, be safe out there.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Doctor. We'll see you later. We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
In a Class 3 casino, you're playing against the house, so there's no guarantee a player has to win, ever. And in a Class 2 casino, the players play against each other, and not the house. So someone always wins.
So you're saying...
He's saying if you want to win at something, you have to go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, a Class 2 casino where someone has to win.
How about this then?
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
The spring could just break. Precision is there to help.
We have fully stocked vehicles to fix any problem you'd have that same day. And we are all over the Madison area.
You're just one phone call away from getting your garage door fixed today.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Salonpas, makers of powerful pain relief patches for 89 years, believes in continuous improvement, like rounded corners that resist peeling, with an array of active ingredients and sizes to relieve your pain. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
It hits you when you step into any of the 3 Willie Street Co-op stores, the smell of freshness. We work with hundreds of farms and vendors to bring you natural, organic, and local food selection, unmatched in Madison. Everyone is welcome at Willie Street Co-op, and if you join our more than 30,000 owners, you'll get more sales, discounts, and perks. Fresh, local, organic, yours, Willie Street Co-op.
At Consumer Cellular, you get the same exact coverage as the largest carriers for up to half the price.
That's
Barbara?
Sorry, I was muted. That's amazing.
I know, right?
In the state capitol, a late-night deal secures funding to keep the Brewers in Wisconsin for decades to come. We'll bring you the very latest.
Plus, hear from a local business owner whose building went up in flames. That's coming up next.
Start your new day with the News 3 Now This Morning team, bringing you local breaking news, exploring all that makes our area special, and letting you know what to expect when you head out the door. News 3 Now This Morning, weekdays from 4:30 to 7.
Here's a final look at your forecast. Temperatures will peak in the lower 60s for tomorrow and Thursday, although Thursday it is going to be pretty windy. We also are going to see a chance of rain Thursday night, but anything that does fall will be very light. Much cooler for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, although by then temperatures will still be near or above average. And then by the time we get to next week, we're going to see even colder temperatures. Now we have a chance of rain Monday night into Tuesday, and some of that rain could be mixed in with some snow, although we're once again not expect to see that much precipitation. As we head towards Thanksgiving, it will get even colder. High temperatures will be in the 30s by then, and it looks like the 30s are going to continue for the following weekend. So definitely enjoy the weather the next couple of days, because we likely aren't going to see temperatures in the 60s for quite a while after.
All right. Thank you, Jacob. Tomorrow here on Live at 4, we'll have some shopping tips for your Thanksgiving dinner. You can save some money.
Oh, boy. And what does your astrological sign smell like? Well, there's some real science behind it. We'll sniff that out at 4.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized Black Friday sale, going on now at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
When dry eye symptoms keep coming back, inflammation might be to blame. Over-the-counter eye drops can provide temporary relief. Xiidra can provide lasting relief. It targets inflammation that can cause dry eye disease. Xiidra treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. Don't use if allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort or blurred vision when applied, and unusual taste sensation. Why wait? Ask your doctor about a 90-day prescription and pay as little as $0. Xiidra.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend. Haul or tow just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you. Now lease a built Ford Tough F-150 STX for $399 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Menards 11% sale ends Thanksgiving Day. Don't miss out. Protect your home against the elements with quad window, door, and siding sealant. Its all-season formula provides superior caulking performance and strong adhesion. Get a 10-ounce tube for $5.99 after rebate. Update your home with new flooring with Great Lakes Vinyl Plank. It's durable, waterproof, easy to install, and features an attached pad for comfort. Traverse is just $3.49 per square foot after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
The robotic money expert.
Clever. How do I start a savings habit?
Famous cabbage.
Savings habit.
Shaving rabbits. Tech can make life simpler, but when it comes to savings habits, nothing's as simple as BMO. A BMO savings account helps you build the habit with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward. Ingenious.
Sardine Fest.
This year's top prize goes to BMO.
I'm just in it for the saving, but it's nice to be recognized. BMO.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized Black Friday sale, going on now at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
In today's Final Touch, the trend of blessing dogs and cats in Japan is catching on among pet owners.
That's because many of the owners don't have children as the birth rate in Japan plummets. There's a traditional coming-of-age festival for children in Japan. The children gather at a shrine for photos at the age of 3, 5, and 7 and to make a wish for a prosperous future. Japan's birth rate fell for the 7th consecutive year in 2022 to a record low. So for these pet parents, the dogs are their children. Some 120 pets were brought in for blessings and photos for this special occasion. Organizers expect that number will continue to climb.
I saw some little outfits. Louie and Oliver would look nice.
Yeah, they dress them up too.
That's nice.
Do a little blessing. All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.